functions that we have learned yesterday. Like we let's practice this. So the very first was any, which is for set. So basically, it returns true even a single item is not zero or false, right? So what does this mean is if your set ये दो सेट है ठीक है and or and all and any का डिफरेंस देख लेते हैं एनी में क्या रहेगा अगर जीरो भी एक भी जीरो या फॉल्स आएगा तो ये फॉल्स दे देगा ठीक है इट विल रिटर्न फॉल्स बाकी इसमें कुछ रहा नहीं रहा इट डजेंट मैटर ठीक है और अगर ये दो चीजों नहीं रहेगी तो ये ट्रू दे देगा ठीक है वेयर एज इन ऑल ऐसे भी रहा तो चलेगा नहीं ये भी नहीं चलेगा एक मिनट अलग से देख लेता हूँ मैं इफ आई एम नॉट सेइंग रॉन्ग तो ये फॉल्स कब देगा जीरो रहा तो भी देगा फॉल्स रहा तो भी देगा बट ठीक है नाउ तो एनी क्या है एनी सीख लेते हैं अगर जीरो एंड फॉल्स ओनली रहा तो ये ट्रू दे देगा अगर इसमें कोई दूसरा एक भी चीज रहा तो ये फॉल्स दे देगा ठीक है कोई एक भी चीज रहा तो ये फॉल्स देगा वेयर एज ऑल में क्या रहेगा व्हेन देयर इज अगर जीरो या और चीजें रही तो इट विल गिव अस यहाँ पर एक एग्जांपल है जीरो या कोई भी चीज रही तो ये फॉल्स दे देगा राइट एक कोई भी चीज रहती लेकिन अगर कोई भी नहीं रहा जीरो भी नहीं रहा एंड फॉल्स भी नहीं रहा तो इट विल गिव अस ट्रू ठीक है so this is a simple example to understand then we have learned this frozen set ठीक है so frozen set has been interesting topic for us जिसमें in that frozen set okay in the frozen set what we have learned is the very difference between set and frozen set so what is the difference first difference is कि set ये mutable होता है and frozen is immutable so on this simple thing we started learning right और बाकी दो चीजें तो सेम है it doesn't or it is unordered and it does not allow duplicate values right then here are some examples so ये set का example है जिसमें it returns like this जिसमें कोई भी लिखा नहीं होता whereas frozen set के सामने frozen set word लिखा होता है right they write frozen set word in front of a dictionary basically they froze this set froze as in उसको पैक कर लेते हैं what then we have seen what all function work or not right so the very first thing was update में you can add this function into a normal right you can add a frozen function into a normal set but you cannot really add the normal function into a frozen function because normal function जो है normal जो set है it is a mutable right it is mutable whereas this is immutable तो जो frozen है which is immutable जो immutable है उसको you cannot edit by adding these other things right then this is the example that we have seen again update वाला कोई भी function will not work on a frozen set ठीक है whereas you can you can add this into this is valid बट यहाँ पर ये नहीं करेगा अपडेट वाला ऐसा कोई भी फंक्शन वर्क नहीं करेगा ठीक है देन वी हैव सीन union so union will work union will give us a united of all these two things and the output will be a frozen one ठीक है क्योंकि हम नया frozen set create कर रहे हैं similarly difference function will also work but keep in mind we are not disturbing this frozen set see we have asked frozen set so it is just intact right so we are not disturbing this one because we cannot disturb that one. So we are creating another frozen set. So that's why these are getting success. So here also you can see symmetric function where what symmetric function will do, it will remove the common things like 3 4 5 has been removed, 1 2 and 10 20 30 is there in the output. The interaction will give us a common thing. So 3 4 5 is the common thing, right? And is disjoint, so it will check whether if a single item is also there in or not. Like अगर single item भी common रहेगा तो ये false दे देगा. If a single item is not there, it will say true. Then superset and सबसेट राइट. सो इसमें ये रहेगा कि सुपरसेट रहेगा बड़ा वाला. राइट, व्हाट इज सुपरसेट, लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड. सो दिस इज अ सुपरसेट और ये सबसेट रहेगा. तो इसके अंदर की जो भी वैल्यूज रहेगी 1 2 3 4, तो ये सबसेट हो गया. राइट, ये सुपरसेट हो गया. तो सुपरसेट के अंदर की सबसेट के अंदर की सारी वैल्यूज सुपरसेट में रहेगी. ठीक है. तो यू कैन सी दिस इज अ सुपरसेट, दिस इज अ सबसेट जिसकी सारी वैल्यूज इसके अंदर है. तो दैट इज वाई इसको हम सुपरसेट कहेंगे, इसको सबसेट कहेंगे. एंड यू कैन सी while checking the output it is giving us output as a true. ठीक है, as a true. So now that was all about these uh, that was all about the frozen set and set. So now today we will learn what is dictionary in Python. Okay, so ये चीज आज हम सीखेंगे, डिक्शनरी इन पाइथन. Okay, so the very first thing we can write is एक एक डिफरेंस ही देख लेते हैं सारी चीजों का. ठीक है. सो द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग इज लेट्स से स्ट्रिंग. ठीक है. तो स्ट्रिंग क्या है? द स्ट्रिंग इज immutable. ठीक है, immutable. Then it is ordered. Then it allows duplicate values. Duplicates are allowed. ठीक है. ये हो गया स्ट्रिंग में. लिस्ट में क्या रहेगा? लिस्ट में क्या रहेगा? म्यूटेबल तो है, राइट. ऑर्डर्ड भी है, डुप्लीकेट्स आर अलाउड. उसके बाद we need to know tuple which is immutable, order and duplicates allowed. And then set में क्या रहेगा कि it is mutable, unordered, duplicates are not allowed. यहाँ पर एक frozen set भी ऐड कर देते हैं हम. frozen set is immutable. अरे बाकी बहुत सारे है जिसके हमें जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है. So the dictionary is mutable, right, unordered and duplicates are not allowed. Key values pair are there. ठीक है. Key value duplicates are also allowed. की वैल्यू पेयर्स आर देयर. ठीक है. इसमें की वैल्यू पेयर्स रहेगी. तो दिस इज फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड फॉर योर लर्निंग. तो ये सारी चीजें हमने यहाँ पर लिख दी. समटाइम्स इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन विल कम ऑन दिस लाइक which data type is mutable. You must know tuple is there, set is there and dictionary is there, mutable, whereas string, tuple, sorry, string, tuple, frozen sets are immutable. ठीक है. So this is how it is. So let's try and see some examples और एक ये भी दे देते हैं इसमें. ओके, लेट्स से लिस्ट वन कैसे रहेगा, कुछ ये एग्जांपल लिस्ट वन का. ठीक है. देन इफ आई से सेट वन. ठीक है, सेट वन का दिस इज द एग्जांपल. ठीक है. वेयर एज डिक्शनरी का ये रहेगा. सबका ही लिख लेते हैं. ठीक है. डिक्शनरी कुछ ऐसा है, फ्रोजन सेट कुछ ऐसा है, टपल कुछ ऐसा है एंड स्ट्रिंग कुछ इस तरह से है. ठीक है. सो दीज आर सम एग्जांपल्स. सो डिक्शनरी जो हम देख रहे हैं, dictionary that we are learning. So this is somewhat this is somewhat like this, ठीक है, जिसमें in this dictionary we see it is again in the curly braces like sets. Set जो जिस तरीके से curly braces में होते हैं, it is also curly braces, but if you see this format is a bit different, ठीक है. Now we can see this is a key, like this is one item, ठीक है, this is one item. Let me just tell you. So this is a one item, this is another item, this is another item, ठीक है. वन आइटम, सेकेंड आइटम, थर्ड आइटम, जिसमें दिस स्टार्टिंग थिंग इज कॉल्ड एज की, एंड इसको बोलते हैं वैल्यू. की है, वैल्यू है. तो कंसिडर दिस, यू हैव एवरी टाइम यू हैव अ डोर, ठीक है. अभी डोर कैसे निकालेंगे, अरे ठीक है, यू हैव अ डोर, ठीक है. नाउ whenever like in each item, so इसको एक item कहेंगे, ठीक है, इसको item कहेंगे. So now let's call this as a item, जिसके अंदर एक की रहेगी विच इज योर ए. जब भी हम ए यूज करेंगे की के, तो इसके अंदर एक वैल्यू रहेगी, वो रहेगी वन, ए वैल्यू वन. देन देयर विल बी अनदर डोर, राइट, और आइटम यू कैन सी, जिसमें व्हेन यू यूज की एज बी, जो कि दिस वन, यू विल गेट अ वैल्यू ऑफ टू, ठीक है. सो बेसिकली दिस इज हाउ इट वर्क्स. सो योर डेटा will have these things, key and value pairs, and based on this key and value you can access the values. Based on the keys you can access the values, based on the keys you can access the value, right. So this is one of the example of it. So one more thing I would like to give you, let's say dictionary 1 is equals to empty dictionary है, ठीक है, empty dictionary है. So if I return sorry, if I return anything, so we will get an empty dictionary here. If I return this one, we will get these things. Let's create more dictionaries. For example, name. Okay, so this is the dictionary. Okay, this is the dictionary. जिसमें the very first thing is let's print type, a type of d1. Okay, a type of d1. So if I check what is the type of this d1 dictionary, so it will say dictionary. Right? It will say dictionary. Again, if I say print d1, if I say print d1, what will happen? We will get a dictionary as well. Okay. But now also I can say print length of d1, length of d1. So ideally you would say कि अरे यहाँ पर तो एक दो तीन चार पाँच छः, like six items are there. Why it is giving three as a length? Because there are only three items. So when we talk about items, so इसको एक item कहा जाएगा. This is one item. This is another item. This is third item. So that's why we got the output of length of dictionary as a three. Okay. So anything which is like separated by a comma, right? यहाँ पर एक हो गया, यहाँ पर एक हो गया. So दो commas, three items, right? So this is how you can. So we have all learned this, right? Types. Why we use type to check what is the type of a data type. So this is a dictionary. So if I ask for a dictionary, This is how we got the output, and if I ask for the D1, this is how we got to know, right? This is how we got to know. So some more things that we can see is indexing. Okay, so let's see whether this was ordered. So dictionary is unordered. Okay, let's see if dictionary. This is not unordered, guys. This is ordered, and I think duplicates are also allowed in the dictionary. So let's see whether these things work or not. Okay, so I am adding duplicate things like name of John as again name of John. Let's see if this D1 allows duplicates or not. Okay, duplicates or not. So no, it does not allow duplicate, guys. Okay, it does not allow. Does duplicates are not allowed. Okay, and let's see whether this is order or not. But we can say this is order, right? Name is there, age is there, city is there, right? In the same format that we have got. To check that whether it is ordered or not, what we can do, we can use slicing, right? Slicing. So if I say D1 of 0, right? If I say D1 of 0, 0 means this item has to be get returned. So it seems like it is not returning item, right? Seems like it is not returning an item, so it can be said as unordered. Okay, it can be said as unordered. So let's check how we can access these words or these values. Okay, so let's go back and say whether this is unordered, right? But you can access the values. So how to access values? Let's see how to access. How to how to access. One second. हॅलो. हा बोल ना. कुठे आहे? माझा क्लास चालू होता. काय? अगं माझा क्लास सुरू आहे सध्या. मम्मी सोबत? नाही नाही. So one second. Let me put the charger on. So what we have seen is what we are seeing how to access the items, right? How to access the item. So how to access items in dictionary. Okay. So there are few methods that we can use. So first, let's create one dictionary saying employees is equals to where we add these items like name as a John, age as 30, name, city of that, like this employee is New York. What is the salary? 50,000. Department is IT. Okay, department is IT. And if I back this कि ये dictionary क्या है, so I will get something like it. Okay, the dictionary would look like this. ठीक है. Now I particularly want the salary of John. ठीक है, I particularly want the salary of John. So I had told you that considering that you have a door, right? Considering that you have a door, जिसका value, जिसका key आप देते ही will get the value. So when you give this key as a salary, you will get the salary as a value. ठीक है, you get the salary as a value. तो उस तरीके से if I ask for salary, I will get a key of a value. So value of a key. So if I say employee of, okay, if I say employee of, and in that if I say salary, in that if I say salary, what I will get as 50,000, right? So if I said salary, I will get salary as a 50,000. Similarly, if I say employee, and I need a name, right? This time I need what is the name of the employee. So I will get John. And now now for you this question is, so what if I want to get what city he lives in? What if I want to get what city John lives in? So how would I get it? Type the code in the chat box, guys. Type the code in the chat box. How would I get the city of the of John, right? Type quickly in the comments. Type quickly in the comments, guys. Okay, what I've said is you already need, so you have this chest or a door. Inside this, you just have to put the key, then you will get a value. So what are keys? These are keys. Name is key, age is key, city is key, salary is key, and these are values. Okay. So what I will, how I can get the value of city, like, right? So value what? Value is New York. न्यू यॉर्क चाहिए मुझे इन द आउटपुट इन द सिमिलर वे जैसे मुझे जॉन का नेम मिला राइट सो आई गेव नेम आई गॉट जॉन gave name I've got John. In the same way, how do I get New York as output? So basically what I'm saying कि जैसे I've got the 50K as a salary by writing this code, how can I get New York as output by writing some code? ठीक है, by writing some code. How can I get that? ठीक है, how can I get that? So here it comes a new. So I think so. The code that I am asking was EMP city, right? Like this. So I will get a value as a city, right? If I say employee as in this dictionary of city. So this is the path, right? So this entire thing is an object. ये आपका एक पूरा data type हो गया, object हो गया. So whenever you want to access, so first you will visit this and then you will give some uh, key to it. What I will say, employee, right? I will say city, like this, city, and then what output I will get is as a New York. ठीक है, New York as output I will get. ठीक है. Similarly, you can get any values जहां पर ये city change कर दो, department डाल दो, you will get department also, right? Like this, employee of department. Okay. So what I will get is IT, this value. ठीक है. So now this is just like we are kind of using index. ठीक है, but यहाँ पर this is unordered. Why? Because you cannot say like 0 or 1 2 3 4. You can say नेम एज सिटी सैलरी डिपार्टमेंट ठीक है so consider that the old knowing of when we index like 0 1 2 3 4 instead of 0 1 2 3 we are saying name age city salary department ठीक है name age city salary department so employee of city this is right actually you are writing on a mouse cursor is not visible okay that is good तो इतना टाइम मैं जो लिख रहा था जो ड्रॉ कर रहा था you are not getting very good so the very first thing I gave was this door okay door I was telling when you give this key you'll get as a value so this is a key and this is a value right so जब हम 0 1 2 3 4 ये वैल्यूज हम इंडेक्स हम जब देते थे जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल एक एग्जांपल दे देता हूँ जैसे लिस्ट राइट तो हम इसको क्या कहते थे कि दिस इज जीरो आइटम दिस इज फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड फोर्थ because this is ordered right but now since this is not this is unordered so instead of saying zero we say employee right instead of saying zero we say name like यहाँ पर हम एक वैल्यू डालते थे ना if you remember if I want to get a first value this first value if I want to get I would say employee of zero but this is since this is unordered since this is unordered we will get some error instead of that we will use these as a index okay, these things these keys as an index जिसमें when I say employee of city I will get New York I got New York okay when I say employee of city I got New York alright so let's understand this get function in the same fashion okay so again I'm taking this employee as a same example uh, if I ask I will get something like it so इसको ऐसे भी लिखा जाता है name age city salary and department so this is the same ये and वो सेम ही है ठीक है ऐसे लिखो या वैसे लिखो now this is a key this is a key this is value this is key this is value this is key this is value ठीक है की ये वैल्यू है ये की है वैल्यू है की है वैल्यू है की है वैल्यू है की है ठीक है so in order to get any value you need to put the key ठीक है सिमिलरली जैसे मैंने कहा कि देयर इज अ डोर अगर तुम उसमें की अगर तुम उसमें की डालोगे की लगाओ की मतलब चाबी ठीक है दिस इज अ की नेम इज द की व्हाट इज द वैल्यू उसके अंदर जॉन आ जाएगा राइट जॉन विल कम एज अ वैल्यू तो लेट्स ट्राई दिस सो आई विल से एम्प्लॉय डॉट तो यहाँ पर बहुत सारे फंक्शंस हैं ये ऑल यू कैन लर्न ठीक है यू कैन लर्न दीज ऑल तो उसमें से हमें गेट चाहिए ठीक है एम्प्लॉय क्लियर है कॉपी है फ्रेम कीज है ये सीखेंगे हम आइटम्स है कीज है पॉप आइटम है एंड ऑल ऑफ थिंग्स so if I say I want to get the name so I said employee dot get the name so I've got John as a name okay so this and this is same employee name I've got the John right employee get name John similarly if I say employee get department right department क्या कहा मैंने एम्प्लॉई गेट डिपार्टमेंट तो मुझे आईटी एज आउटपुट आना चाहिए राइट आई गॉट आईटी एज आउटपुट okay now using this get function how I can get the salary ठीक है, यूजिंग दिस गेट फंक्शन हाउ आई कैन गेट द सैलरी। सैलरी मुझे कैसे मिल सकती है 50,000 इन द आउटपुट, so my output should look like out output output should be this. ठीक है, output should be this. Type quickly in the comments. Employee gets salary, that is right. Okay, employee gets salary, that is the right answer. So if I say emp get means लगाओ लाओ भाई, so I'm saying employee dot salary, I will get 50,000 as a salary. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Like you can add the value. So this is the door, you can say, जो मैंने बताया था ना, this is the door जिसमें आप की डाल रहे हो, you are getting the values, right? So now I want to know what is the age of the John, right? John का age क्या है? So I'm saying, or employee, what is the employee's age? So I'm saying I will say get age. I will get this age as 30. Simple है, right? Simple है. So what if I can I get employee get age as 30? ठीक है, एज एज 30, क्या ये आंसर दे पाएगा? चाहे ही नहीं आंसर, राइट? तो बेसिकली इट ओनली एक्सेप्ट की एज ए इनपुट, तो मैंने 30 दे दिया, इट विल सर्च वेदर 30 इज देयर इन द की, अगर जो भी की रहेगा उसके अंदर 30 है क्या कहीं पे, इट विल चेक, इट विल चेक, right? There is no 30. 30 is there in the value, right? But it is not there in the key. So that's why we have not got any input, right? So what we can write here, get function, get the keys of the dictionary. ठीक है? Get function will check the keys if present in the dictionary or not. ठीक है? Like this. So ये बस keys के लिए काम करेगा, right? So what are the keys? How I can get all the keys? So I can get all the keys like this. ठीक है? Have I keys like this? So जो भी keys है, I can get like this. So you can see all the keys that I have. How can I get the values? I can get the values like this. Values, right? I can get the values like this. So I've got all the values. IT 50,000, New York 30, John. Right? Now how I can get the items? Items as in items. So उसमें सारी ही चीज आ जाएगी. ठीक है? All these things. You can see all these things, जिसमें name and John is a one tuple, this is another tuple, another tuple, another tuple, and this is a list of tuples. Okay, so this is how you can get the keys, this is how you can get the values, this is how you can get the items. And if you want any item or any value from the key, you can use get function. ठीक है, सिंपल है, समझ में आ रहा है ये? if yes type yes, otherwise मैं फिर से क्विक रिवाइज कर देता हूँ आपको. Type yes, or like if you want to revise, type revise, or type simply R in the comments. Okay, type simply R in the comments. If you want me to revise, type R in the comments. Or yes डाल दिया तो I will get कि हाँ you are getting this. क्या चाहिए समझ में आ रहा है नहीं? If you are getting this, okay, yes, is there. Anyone else, other folks, is there or not? So, anyways, so mm, let me just create one more dictionary to make you understand. कुछ और एग्जांपल्स देखते हैं जिससे और आइडिया आएगा, ठीक है? तो और एग्जांपल्स देखते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, पॉलिटिशियंस. पॉलिटिशियंस का स्पेलिंग गलत हो गया शायद. तो जिसमें आई एम सेइंग मोदी. मोदी. मोदी आता है नहीं आता है. पीएम है. योगी सीएम है. राजनाथ इज अ होम मिनिस्टर. लेट्स ऐड सम. यशवंत इज अ फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर. यशवंत तो है नहीं फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर, ठीक है. एनीवे, so these are the values. Value of their name and their post. ठीक है. Name and their post. ठीक है. Politicians. Politicians का स्पेलिंग गलत हो गया शायद. एनीवेज, पॉलिशन हो गया. एनीवेज, तो हम कर देते हैं पोल एज अ वेरिएबल. ठीक है. और अगर मैं पोल रिटर्न करूंगा तो कुछ इस तरीके से आ जाएगा. ठीक है. पोल अगर रिटर्न करूंगा, कुछ पॉलिटिशियंस का पोल रिटर्न करूंगा तो कुछ इस तरीके से आएगा एज आउटपुट. दिस इज की वैल्यू वैल्यू वैल्यू. इफ आई वांट all the keys, all the keys, right? So I will get like this. If I want all the values, I can use like this. Polls dot values, polls dot keys. और अगर मुझे सारी keys है यहाँ पर, you can see all the values. PM, CM, Home Minister, PM, CM, Home Minister. And again, if I want all the items, I will get like this. So one more thing you can do. So let's say you want to change his post. यशवंत को आई वॉन्ट टू मेक हिम अ सीएम इंस्टेड ऑफ फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर. ठीक है. तो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यू कैन से पोल ऑफ यशवंत. ठीक है. नाउ यू वांट टू ए मेक हिम अ सीएम. राइट. मेक हिम अ सीएम. तो इसको मैंने चला दिया. राइट. नाउ इफ आई कॉल बैक पोल, यू कैन सी यशवंत का जो वैल्यू है दैट हैज चेंज टू सीएम नाउ. राइट. What was initially? It was initially finance minister. Now the Yashwant is CM, right? How you can do? You can add this value in the Yashwant keys. We have assigned this value into Yashwant keys, right? So for example, I want to make Modi as a PM of India instead of PM. Okay, instead of PM, I want to say PM of India. If I written this, you can see Modi is now PM of India, not just the PM. Okay? He is not PM, he is now PM of India. Right? So similarly, if I want to make a Yogi as a CM of UP, how I can do that? Right? CM of UP, how I can do that? Right? How I can do that? अरे यार ये तो आ गया आंसर. Anyway, so we can do like this. ठीक है. कुछ इस तरीके से we can do this. CM of UP. ठीक है. CM of UP. योगी की जो की है उसके अंदर वैल्यू डाल दो. ठीक है. So that will get updated. This will get updated, right? So one more thing, let's try and understand with the same example. So how I can, so ये पोल को रिटर्न कर देते हैं. So how I can use for loop. So for I in, right? For I in poll, if I simply say, so we can get the values like this, right? I that we are getting Modi, PM of India, right? So this, if you only want the keys or the values, okay, you only want the values, for example. So you can what you can say for I in poll dot values, right? Poll dot values, print I, print I means what will happen? You will only get the values. This way I'm saying कि poll dot values, right? Poll dot values. And similarly, what I can do for I in poll dot keys, print I. Key as in I will only get keys. Modi, Yogi, Rajnath, Yashwant, right? Like this. So loops you can use like this. जिसमें जो iterator रहेगा उसमें ही you ask कि I want only keys or I want only values. Or you can also like say like this for I in pose dot items for I in pose dot items I will get both of the thing, right? ये दोनों चीजें आ जाएगी मोदी पीएम ऑफ इंडिया सीएम ऑफ यूपी, right? Like this, getting these things. Anyone has any question? If there is a question, type Q. Okay, otherwise we can continue, right? So this is how it is. So let's try to understand. Let's try to understand some more functions or some more things related to a dictionary. Okay. So ये चीज तो हमने देख ली कि हाउ वी कैन चेंज द आइटम, राइट? हाउ वी कैन चेंज द आइटम, तो इसको एक क्विकली हाउ हाउ वी कैन चेंज द आइटम्स इन द डिक्शनरी, ठीक है ना? डिक्शनरी, how we can change the item in the dictionary, ठीक है? So if I say mm, if I say what we can say a dictionary like AC brands, ठीक है? AC brands का एक डिक्शनरी हमें बनाना है और ये कौन सा AC है ऐसा? If I say Samsung, this is again not like, let's see, not AC brands, mobile brands. Okay, so this is the dictionary. So Samsung का Galaxy है, iPhone का iPhone है, Apple का iPhone है, Nokia का Lumia है, ठीक है? And we can say OnePlus का Nord है, ठीक है? So if I return this, I will get something like it. Okay, if I return this, I will get something like it. So what if I want to change this Galaxy as S series, right? So इनका S series बहुत ज़्यादा famous है. So what I will say mobile, I will say mobile brands, right? I will say mobile brands dot Samsung, right? Instead of this S25 ले लेते हैं, ठीक है? S25. Now this Galaxy I want to change it S25 or only S25, ठीक है? Or only S25, or if I do this, we will get, अरे यार, if I do this and if I ask for mobile brands, now you can see the Galaxy has been changed to S25, right? So this is how you can change. ये हमने already सीख लिया है, ठीक है? Now we can see how we can add the items in the list. हमने change करना सीख लिया, हमने access करना सीख लिया कि how I can access using these either this or using items, keys, or using for loop or using get, right? So we were learning how to access, कहाँ पे गया title? How to access the dictionary, ठीक है? How to access the dictionary. We what we have learned is हम इस तरीके से देख सकते हैं कि वो आइटम का वैल्यूज क्या है, इस की का वैल्यू क्या है, डिपार्टमेंट का वैल्यू है सिटी, सी का वैल्यू है सिटी का वैल्यू है न्यूयॉर्क, After that we saw the get function जिसमें employees dot keys means keys आएगी, employees dot value means values आएगा आ जाएगी, employees dot items means items आ जाएगी. And if I simply say get name, so I will get John, get department, I will get IT, get salary, I will get the salary, right? After that, we have also seen the for loop. जिसमें if I simply say for I in the poll dot values, I will get only values. Poll dot keys, I will get only keys. Poll dot items, I will get all of the items, right? And we have also seen कि इनका जो values है वो कैसे change करा जाए, ठीक है? Now let's understand. Now let's understand how to update the values using update function. ठीक है? Update function. So there is update function here as well. ठीक है? Here as well. Update function हमने और कहाँ पे सीखा था? Uh, we have seen in the set also and frozen set also, right? So let's check how we can do that. So update function में what we need is employee one is John, right? Employee one is John, and now I'm saying new data जिसमें uh, I'm saying employee IT, right? Employee name, employee salary, employee department. ठीक है? Employee name, employee salary, employee department. So these are the update में we have already seen कि update में क्या होता है कि one set will get updated into another set, right? One set जैसे हमने सीखा था कि अरे अरे one set will get updated into another set, right? So it means we need two set. So we are dealing with a dictionary, right? So now we will need two dictionary, right? Now what I will say is I will say employee one dot update new data. Employee one में ये new data add कर दो. Just update this new data into the employee data. कुछ इस तरीके से, ठीक है? Since this is a mutable one, mutable है ये. Dictionary is a mutable, right? Since dictionary is a mutable, there will not be any issue. So now you can see name as a John, age as age, city as city, salary, department. Now employee ID has been added as 101. Employee name is again John. Employee salary is the same. Employee department is the IT. Right? So we have understood this new thing. Right? New thing. It was easy, right? It was easy. Let's create one more thing. So I'm saying dictionary one as in this one. Right? डिक्शनरी वन ये है, डिक्शनरी टू ये है. So what will be this output in the dictionary one, guys? What will be the output? What will be the output here in the dictionary two? Write the answer. What will be the dictionary one right now? Okay. Using if we use this update function. Okay. If we use update function. Any output? Any output? Type type this answer in the comments, guys. Meanwhile, let's learn the another thing that is called set default. Okay, so I can say यहाँ पर मिल जाएगा देखो set default name as a John. ठीक है, name as a John. So you can uh, so we will get the same output, but you can set default as this. Like इसको default set कर दो, and you can like ready to use what the data type that you have, right? Ready to use the data type that you have. So what if like this particular thing was already there, so that's why we got the same thing. But what if I would say, okay, I would say uh, id as id as 101. Okay, id as 101. But if I say id as 101, you can see the id as a new column has been added, and now this is a default. So basically, this can add a new item, right, in the list. And also, if you don't mention the key, okay, if you don't mention the key, let's say I am saying uh, passbook number, okay. Only I have said passbook, okay. So what it will do, it will add as a none, as a value. So value will be none, none, or there will be no item here, okay. There will be no item here. So this is the only use of answer I. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, F6, 1, 2, 3, F6. Okay, so this is the right answer. Okay, so this is the right answer. Green pen. Checked. So yes, so we were learning about this set default function. Set default may if you simply set the new value, set the present value, it will look like this. If you add a new value like a new key and pair, new key and value, so you'll get added like this. And if you add an only key and you don't give the value to it, so it will give us a none as a output. Okay, none as a output. So this is the only thing we can. It is about the uh, set default function. Okay, the only thing about set default function. Let's learn about. Let's learn about. एक minute. 1 second. Some comments that I have got. भाई आपका किसका okay. So next thing is the next function is how to remove items. ठीक है. So हमने add option सीख लिया. ठीक है. So what was the topic? What was the topic? How we can change the dictionary? Uh, change हो गया. Update कहाँ पर है? Okay. Update में what we have seen is how to add the items, right? How to add the items, and even in set default also, this is also something is a like it is adding an item here. Like it is adding an item here, right? So now let's learn about how to remove items from dictionary, right? Remove items from the dictionary. Remove items from the dictionary. So the very first function is called as pop, right? The very first function is called as pop. So pop हमने इसमें भी सीखा है, इसमें सीखा है और पॉप फंक्शन हमने लिस्ट में भी सीखा है, टपल में इट डज नॉट वर्क, सेट में आई थिंक इट विल वर्क और नॉट. Okay, so let's understand pop function in terms of dictionary here. Okay, in terms of dictionary here. So new dictionary is equals to, instead of this name or John, let's create Jan as one, Jan as one, February as two, and so on. Okay. So we have got all the months, right? January is the first one, February, dictionary is the, and December is the 12th one. Okay. So now, for some reason, I don't like this April month because it is too hot, right? For some reason, I don't want this. I don't like this, right? So what I will say is new dictionary. What I will say is new dictionary dot 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 pop, right? Dot pop, and I will say uh, April, right? April. And if I ask new dictionary, you can see there is no April. February, March, May, no April is found. Okay. So this is how you can use this pop function. This is how you can use this pop function. Okay. Right. What if I simply use like this? What if I simply say like this? Pop and there is no value. Right. Pop and there is no value. If I same do it in the set, it will randomly delete any item, right? In the set we have seen this. It will randomly delete any item, right? So one second, guys. Shukumar, hello. I have to start coding. From where I should start? With Python. So if I do this same thing in the dictionary, it will throw an error because we have to set some value here. Okay. So I needed to give you one example about this. So this is the thing, right? This is the thing. So next, let's. So there are this another function called pop items, right? So let me just give you one assignment, a quick assignment. What if I want to remove March also? Okay, how I can remove March? How I can remove March? How I can remove March? Right? Meanwhile, let me just introduce you with the new as in same function where you can remove item from the dictionary. Okay, item from the dictionary. So creating a new dictionary of a cricketer, where Sachin is 100, Dhoni 50, Kohli. These are the scores. Okay, these are the scores. Sehwag Paji, Sehwag has 200. Why? Sehwag has 200. Okay. So this is the new dictionary that we have. Okay. And now we also have. Uh, okay. Let it be. So we have this new dictionary. New dictionary pop. So this is the right answer. New dictionary pop March. So we will get as a output. So Tejas is a anyways. So let's continue this one where I want to now pop item, right? Pop item. So what item I will pop here? Basically, if I return this one, you can see the random item will get popped out. So basically, यहाँ पर Sehwag has got popped out, right? Sehwag has got popped out. If I run this again and again and again and again, so this is how the output will come. So it basically popped out the last item, but since the dictionary is not ordered, this is unordered, so it will pop the last item, right? It will pop the last item. So in the pop function, if we don't mention anything, it gives us an error. Whereas in pop items, it gives us an this random deletion of the items, right? Random deletion of the items. So this is about it. If I basically, if I basically mention about, let's say, Sachin, right? But what will happen? It will give us an error because you cannot remove Sachin. No one can remove Sachin. But instead of pop function, if you mention any value in the pop, it will give us an error, right? So some question from Tejas. So Tejas says, in industry plain Python use or it use with database. So Python, basically Tejas, Python is like a widely used language, right? Very dynamically used. And in most of the cases, so most of like 90% of the industry, 70-80% of the industry uses Python, and even the big organizations like NASA, Uber, Tesla, all these people uses Python, right? So it is not something like in industry plain Python is no plain, there is no plain Python. I don't get your question actually. So there is nothing called as plain Python. Python is used widely. Like now in the AI also there are some frameworks like LangChain or all of the new frameworks are, you know, presenting, people are developing. So those things are on the Python, right? So there are PyTorch and all these AI frameworks, right? So Python is used widely. Python can be learned very like you can spend 6 months for learning or teaching Python only. So for basics, most of the cases we are teaching it here. Teachers. Okay, you got the answer. So that's about it, guys. Already we have passed 14 minutes because we started the lecture a little late. So let me just give you a quick uh, overview that what we have learned in the today's class. So we have learned dictionary in the Python. So very first thing that we have learned is the difference between the string, list, tuple, set, frozen set, and a dictionary. So we have covered all these things in our previous lectures, and today we were learning about this dictionary. So dictionary is mutable like set and frozen set. It is unordered like set and frozen set. It does not allow duplicates like set and frozen set, and it has some key value pairs, right? So this is the one example. List look like this where it is in the square braces separated by comma. Set look like this where it is in a curly braces separated by comma. Tuple look like this where it is in the parenthesis separated by comma. String we all know, and frozen set we also learned in the previous class, and dictionary look like this which is again in the curly braces, but it has a key and value pairs. So A, B, C are keys, and 1, 2, 3 are values. Okay. So now we also see how to check the type. So we got the type as a dictionary. We got the length as 3 because this is one item, this is another item, this is another item, right? So we have only 3 items, not the 6. Then we have learned how to access the item from the dictionary. So the very first thing you can check like this, you can add the keys value, you can you can make for loop also, right? So if I say for I in keys, print keys, so you can get the values like this, right? Instead of poll, if I say a employee, I will get all the keys, right? So these are all the keys: name, age, city, department, and so on. So we also learned the get function. Get function mein what we have learned. This is not related to get, but this is related to get. What it is? It is where it is, right? Yes. So you just have to mention the value of a key, and you will get the value, right? So key यहाँ पर insert कर दो, you will get a value key. Then you got the value key as a department. I got the IT key as a salary. I got the salary key as a city. I got the New York, and so on, right? Salary, I got the salary. Age, I got the age, right? And if you put any random word which is not there, so it will not throw an error, by the way. Okay, it will not throw an error. Then we have understood how to update values. So initially, the initial value of in the dictionary was Modi's value as a P. Now PM. So we updated as PM of India, right? So you can see that the updated dictionary as a PM of India, and so on. How can we change the items in the dictionary? So you can assign values like this, or you can use this update function, right? Sometimes what I will have to do is like I will say employee as new employees detail I wanted to add. Okay, so I wanted to say like name. Abhi John ka name I want to add Max, right? I wanted to add Max, and if I say add EMP, so my new dictionary will, it does only take one argument, guys. It does only take one argument. So now the name is Max instead of John, right? So it has updated the name. Okay. Instead of saying this name to, if I had said, so it would have added name to as a new. But if you simply say the same key value, it will just update the whatever the key it had. Okay. So I will just replace back it to what it was. So now we also understood what is set default. So it also adds new dictionary in your parent dictionary, right? And it also, if you don't pass the value, it adds as a value as a none. And we also seen some of the example of remove items from the dictionary. The very first that we have learned is pop. So you really have to mention the value of key, right? So once you mention the value of key, the entire key value pair will get will get popped out from your new dictionary, right? But if you don't mention anything, it will throw an error. Whereas if you don't mention anything in the pop item function, it randomly deletes the items from the dictionary. And if it does mention, it will throw an error. Okay. So that's about it today. If you have more questions, if you have some questions, raise your hand or type question in the comments. Let's discuss. Otherwise, uh, we can close this session. We can close this session. If you have questions, like, or you know, if you have understood everything, type win in the comments. Type win in the comments. If you have understood everything, type win in the comments. Win, more win, win. So thank you everyone. Let's see you in the tomorrow's class and learn more. So I will share this. So one second. So these are some. I will again. We are uploading each and every class on here. I will share the recording, and the GitHub repo is there somewhere. Here is not the same repo. Here. So I will push these notes that we have learned, and you go through it and learn each and every. So all the records are here. Learn from here. Okay. So bye bye. Take care. See you in the tomorrow's lecture.